holy, unholy alliance. Our greatest foes have reunited. Let's go. To the Batmobile.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Morose Project. I'm Brad Rosen.
I'm Aaron Moore.
Alright kids, this week we got a special guest, our first one. Sometimes you meet a guy at work or somewhere else and you never know. You just, you hope that they're cool, and sometimes they are, and most of the time they're not. But this guy is actually really cool, and he's quickly become one of our good friends for both of us. His name's Kurt Anderson. Welcome to the show, Kurt.
Hey, what's up? My name is Kurt. I am your purveyor of freshness. Whether or not you find any validity in that statement is solely up to you, the listener. So, whatever. Bullshit intro. Fucking get it over with. I don't fucking care.
And he's actually one of the guys we gave a shout-out to last week. So I think we're going to try and put this episode both on our page and on his YouTube page as well. So if you haven't already, check out his page and subscribe and everything.
Yeah, that's Kurt's Corner, for those of you who don't remember.
Thanks for the shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Speaking of shameless plugs, today was...
Perfect!
Today was the first day of school for me. And in one of my classes, we had to introduce ourselves to the class. And so I took it as the perfect opportunity. I was like, hi, I'm Brad. I'm from Altus, Oklahoma. And I have a podcast with my friend on YouTube. And I spelled it out for him and told him to go check it out.
And then he pulled the plug out of his ass and just fucking ripped ass in front of the classroom. Laughs were had. Everybody had a good time. Until they smelled the aftermath.
It was like Chili Friday.
Alright, so I got a couple interesting things, but actually I think this week is going to be a little light on me, because you guys have some interesting, right?
Damn.
But yeah, so, alright, here's the first thing I got, and this is probably only going to be interesting to me, but it's my show, so fuck you. Holy nostalgia, Batman. The Caped Crusader is returning to his 1960s television roots in a new animated feature film, Batman: Return of the Caped Crusaders, featuring the voices of Adam West, Burt Ward, and Julie Newmar. I was so excited when I read this the other day. Fucking, because I love the shit out of that show. I know it's, cheesy and everything, but that was the point back in the 60s, was... he wasn't, he was a serious character, but he wasn't known that way. So I love that, and I'm so excited that they did it while all these guys were still alive. Obviously, a lot of the guys who played the villains are dead, so they'll have new voices.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with some old-school Adam West Batman, dude. I mean, I used to watch reruns of that shit when I was a kid. That's actually what got me into Batman.
Yeah.
So... yeah, that was right before the Michael Keaton movie came out in '89, so yeah. Good shit.
But yeah, I was pretty excited about that. It comes out on digital HD October 11th and Blu-ray on November 1st. And also, this year is the 50th anniversary of that show. It started in 1966, along with another little show, which we won't talk about much, because I always get... hate from a certain co-host when I talk about it, but Star Trek started in 1966 as well.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? You don't like Star Trek. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Get out.
Alright, fine.
And that was our first guest, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck, I left my phone.
That would be the weirdest way. We're just like, oh, well.
Okay, that's a wrap, everybody. Fucking
see you next week.
Worst podcast ever.
It's 4 minutes. Although people might be happy. I had one complaint about the length, but usually nobody's really complained too much.
No one ever complains about the length to me.
And
Ah, touche, sir. Touche.
Yeah. The way I look at it, though, is if you don't have an hour, just listen to, however much time you do have and come back and listen to the rest.
Put it in a tab, fucking listen to it while you're cleaning.
That's what I say.
Doing your
like,
dishes,
while
it doesn't matter. Just fucking listen.
While you're doing something else. That's the way I look at it. And so this other thing I have, I'm very...
Hey, shh.
No.
Spoilers.
That's later. This other little thing I have is very brief, but I just found it super interesting.
Does it contain nudity?
No.
Oh.
Well,
then
What's
I'm
interesting?
Yeah, for real.
So you guys know the drink Fanta, the fruit-flavored drinks?
No.
Well, so I found out Fanta originated as a result of difficulties importing Coca-Cola syrup into Nazi Germany during World War II due to a trade embargo. To circumvent this, Max Keith, the head of Coca-Cola Deutschland, during the Second World War, decided to create a new product for the German market using only ingredients available in Germany at the time, including whey and apple pumice. The leftovers of leftovers, as Keith later recalled. The name was the result of a brief brainstorming session which started with Keith's exhorting his team to use their imagination, fantasy in German, to which one of the salesmen, Joe Nip, immediately retorted, "Fanta!" The plant was effectively cut off from Coca-Cola headquarters during the war. After the war, the Coca-Cola Corporation regained control of the plant formula and the trademarks to the new Fanta product, as well as the plant profits made during the war. Damn. They're just like, oh yeah, we'll just take all that. Fanta was discontinued when the parent company was reunited with the German branch following the launch of several drinks by the Pepsi Corporation. In the 1950s, Coca-Cola competed by relaunching Fanta in 1955. The drink was heavily marketed in Europe, Asia, Africa, and South America. I just thought it was interesting that Fanta was a Nazi drink.
Well, as a side note, there's a clear soda out there, kind of like Crystal Pepsi, but it's called Not C Cola. Get it?
That's hilarious. But yeah, and it's funny too, because like in other countries they have like a million other flavors. We only have like the basic ones like orange and cherry and strawberry and shit, but they have some wacky stuff in other countries. That's really all I got. I got another story that Kurt gave me, but I don't know. Do we want to dive into that or something else?
What story is that?
That that Craigslist story.
Oh well.
I mean, we can hold that off.
Well, I mean,
because Aaron's got a couple things.
I do.
No.
I do.
So wherever you guys want to go.
Let's see. You want me to start with mine?
Go for it, dude.
All right. So some of these stories are with my best friend Jacob, back from high school, and I'm gonna save that one for last.
And he gave you permission to tell these stories, just in case anybody's curious.
Sure.
Correct? Well, he's giving it now.
The first one slightly involves him. In high school, you couldn't have your phones.
Yeah.
Or at least I couldn't. I don't know about you. You guys are
Well,
old.
I mean, fuck you.
I don't know if phones. I don't know if phones were a thing back then.
No,
they
were just the fucking
I had a phone in high
indestructible Nokias with the fucking beep boop boop fucking tones and shit.
The dinosaur beaters.
I had the fucking Razor 2 senior year. That was the first phone where you could read the message on the outside and then open it up and respond. And I remember how, I was like, oh my god, the technology, and now fucking, shit's way better.
It's like we're recording this.
Yeah.
That's like a pickup
exactly.
line. It's like, hey babe, I got a fucking razor. You know what I mean? It's like,
hop on it.
Forget it. Forget it.
And before that, I had one of them red Razors. Those were the shit.
Yeah. They came out
Anyway.
with those slim ones.
Yeah.
Those are pretty sweet. But I remember one time my phone went off in school, and I didn't own up to it, and the teacher was like, "Whose phone is that?" And I just sat there, quietly. And she called the principal. And the principal came in and searched everybody. Alright? And before she got to me, I had turned my phone off. And I handed her my phone. And everyone that had a phone that day had Saturday school, which was going to school for...
On a Saturday?
Yeah, I think
It's
it was...
detention basically all day on Saturday.
Yeah. It was
Well,
like an
we've all
8-hour
seen the
detention.
breakfast.
Yeah, I was going to
Breakfast
say, it's
Club.
kind of like the Breakfast Club.
That was shitty. But when I left, my dad picked me up. And the principal comes up to me and she goes, I'm sorry you had to do this, but, we found your phone too. But I know it wasn't you because your phone was off.
That's hilarious.
And everyone knew it was me.
Nice. It was like, no, that was totally fucking Aaron.
Yeah, that pretty much happened.
Nobody ratted you out, though?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's
Damn,
cool.
that's fucking baller as shit, dude.
Right? And then,
Oh, what are you doing?
doing these two.
No, but do them all.
Nah.
We're only 11 minutes in. We got time.
Oh, these ones aren't that great.
Okay.
Okay.
So
It's like shit.
Did you guys all
shit,
bond
Shit.
together
fuck
in
no,
Saturday school?
couldn't talk, nothing.
No?
Couldn't run around the library, smoke some J's or
You
anything.
couldn't have sex in a closet?
No, couldn't have sex in the closet.
I didn't realize until just now.
But another time that I ended up getting Saturday school was one day at lunch. Like these kids were being dumbasses and dicking around, and they were throwing like these mustard packets at each other. And this one kid, he fucking got it on my shirt, or he threw it at me, hit me, and I got mustard like all over my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I quietly got up, walked around, all right, and I had an ice cream sandwich in my hand. All right, I walk up behind him, and he just like looks at me, and I grab the back of his head, and just start slamming it into his face.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's
how it's done,
totally
my
worth
friend.
it.
And now by it, you mean the ice cream sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, this last story, it's called Cheeto Dick. All right, and Jacob, he had a stepdad growing up, and I don't really recall how he broke his leg, that stepdad, but he was held up in bed for most of the healing process, and his diet consisted of Pepsi and Cheetos. And like, he
Well,
hardly...
you can't trust him already.
Who drinks
Who
Pepsi?
drinks Pepsi?
Right?
I drink Pepsi. Fuck both of you. Okay?
But like over Coke? Like, do you prefer Pepsi to Coke?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
like, it's like, oh, well,
Says
I don't know if we
You
can
know,
be
this is
friends
coming from the
anymore.
man who just bought 2 bottles of Pepsi.
Yeah, fucking hypocrite.
Hey, I didn't buy him to drink. I bought him for nostalgia.
Yeah, what nostalgia, motherfucker.
I don't know. 'Cause
Well,
I,
you were
was
like-
only, I was only like 3 years
Yeah,
old.
for real.
Exactly.
It's like, you don't remember the Van Halen commercial. I do. I remember drinking that shit and spilling it on my white shirt and then seeing it dry and turn into a yellow piss stain. I remember, okay? Do you? No, I don't think so. So get your Coke out of my fucking universe.
But his stepdad hardly ever like got out of bed, all right, to do anything besides go to the bathroom. And one day he ended up having to go to the doctor because he was having a little issue, and he was telling him what was going on, and the doctor said, "Well, what does your diet consist of?" And he goes, "Well, Pepsi and Cheetos." And he goes, "Oh, well, that's why your dick is turning orange."
Oh, God.
Oh.
He wasn't properly washing his hands, and he was J-O-ing.
It would have been even worse if they were the flaming hot variety. I'd be like, yeah, it just fucking burns, I just don't know why. It just burns when I pee and everything. It's like, I haven't been sleeping with any abnormally weird women lately, so I have no idea. And it's also kind of red, so...
I don't know. With that guy, it could have been that problem.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It'd be like throwing some Icy Hot on there.
Oh, God.
What about you, Kurt? You got anything?
Trying to think. Well, I got a school story.
Alright.
There's a security guard at my high school, and I used to call him Frankie Four Fingers. You know, the guy
Oh shit.
from Snatch, and because he had a missing pinky. He was the security guard, and he just walked around school and stuff. And I got really good at avoiding this motherfucker. I mean, I knew how his rounds were, and there was also another security guard that worked with him. And at one specific moment, when they're doing their rounds, Frank would be on the top floor, the other guy would be on the bottom floor, and the third floor would be completely empty. Mm-hmm. So I would always, become, pretty aware of what time they patrolled. So I'd be able to bypass these motherfuckers, super easy. And
Sounds like you were doing a lot of schoolwork.
right, right. I was definitely dedicated to my learning in high school.
Definitely sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and totally didn't consume any herbal remedies of any variety whatsoever. Anyway, it got to the point where Frank was pretty aware of, me being gone all the time because, he would always be looking for me and stuff. And there was one day, I just, I was going to Taco Bell. I was just going with a friend of mine. And he was like, hey, where are you going? And I was like, oh, I'm going to Taco Bell. I'm going to come right back. He's like, you can't leave. And I was like, well, I'll give you a burrito. And he's like, I didn't see anything. Come back, give him a burrito and stuff. So, he would always let me and my buddies leave if we promised to
him.
Yeah, bribed him with Taco Bell. And there was one day in particular, there was this janitor closet, in the stairwell of the school, and it was right at the bottom, right when you're about to go out the door. There's these two double doors, and then in the stairwell, at the very bottom, there's just this little enclosed area where the storage closet was. Well, somebody left it unlocked and forgot to lock it up, and I ended up finding out about this one day, just ditching, screwing off, doing whatever, and I'd go and I'd hang out in there with my friends. Well, eventually, somebody must have said something, because, within a couple days, it was, the most happening scene on the fucking planet in this fucking school. So it's everybody knew. And it was during lunch one day, and I went in there, and everybody is just in there. There was 10, 15 people in this little small freaking closet. I mean, it was just slightly bigger than the fucking closet that fucking Harry Potter fucking slept in, underneath the stairs and shit. It was pretty fucking cramped in there. And people, just started smoking weed and shit like that, fucking joints going around and everything. And, whatever, I smoked some. Whatever. I didn't inhale, okay? Okay, let's be, for...
Fucking poser.
Yeah, for the politically correct out there, I did not inhale. Anyway, one of the teachers, one of the faculty, ends up opening the door and it's like, all of you guys, to the principal's office, right now, single file. And, everybody's, shitting their jeans at this point. I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck ever. And he decides he's going to be the leader of this line. And he's leading everybody up to the principal's office. And me, I'm just like, fuck this shit. And I fucking darted out the back door. I'm fucking running towards the back gate and shit. I see Frankie, and he's like, hey, where are you going? I'm like, hey, I can't talk right now, man. I gotta go. And he's like, you owe me so much, Taco Bell. And he fucking held me to that shit, too.
Did he?
Yeah, asshole.
I don't blame him.
So, yeah.
I take it the teacher didn't notice everybody who was there, or maybe they just didn't know.
There was 15, 16 of us in this little small-ass closet.
That's crazy.
Right?
How great would it have been if teacher just opened the door and he's like, pass that shit.
And then he'd be like,
let me hit that.
Yeah, for real. He just takes a big, huge draw off it, and he's like, for real though, y'all, that's some deep shit.
I gotta confiscate this.
Right?
That's funny. We had a security guard you could also easily bribe with food, which just, like, is awesome, but at the same time, it's like, either how shitty is his job or how little does he care about his job that he'll just let people go if they're like, oh, I'll get you food.
I think it was finely proportioned in both categories, sir. He's like, well, you know, I mean, I do kind of give a fuck, but then on the other hand,
He's like,
Panda Express sounds really fucking good right now.
on the other hand, on the other hand, this school doesn't pay me enough to buy a $1 burrito from Taco Bell.
Right? Cheesy bean and rice burrito. Just to swear by him.
Alright, I actually found another story. I haven't read it, but the title captured my imagination.
Oh my.
I hope it's as good. No, it's not anything like that. Thieves steal $150,000 worth of maple syrup.
What kind of Canadian bullshit is that?
Canadian midget, freaking maple syrup wrestling live on
I'd watch
public access cable.
Public access. Oh,
I hear it's a big thing down there.
Yeah.
Down. Oh, up, whatever.
It's sweet, perfect with pancakes.
Geographically impaired. Sue me. It's like 6 months later. I'm on Judge Judy.
This is hilarious. It's sweet, perfect with pancakes, and it can clearly drive people to take serious risks. Thieves took off with $150,000 worth of maple syrup from a Montreal trucking business without leaving so much as a sticky footprint behind. I love when they just, like, don't give a fuck and they just try to make puns. It's the best.
Why didn't they use the sticky bandits?
Right? Mex-Us-Can Cargo Vice President Alfred Monaco is offering a reward of $10,000 for anyone who might have information about the 13,000 liters of syrup. God, that's a shitload of syrup. Like, obviously, if it's worth $150,000, but...
Jesus.
Wow.
After like 2 weeks, they're just fucking mainlining it and shit. Just fucking give it to me, man.
And that's Canadian liters.
Yeah.
We learned this week that it's a hot commodity. It's liquid gold, he said. Mr. Monaco told the Toronto Star, T-Star, that the shipment had been bound for the Japanese market. Oh, shit. They're going to send the Yakuza after them.
They said liquid gold.
The shipping had been delayed, so the containers were sitting in his yard when
Can't
the
you get that
thieves...
from a vending machine too?
Sorry, we're getting a little sidetracked here.
The shipping had been delayed, so the containers were sitting in his yard when the thieves stole in, breaking the pin lock on the trailer and carting off the Golden Goo.
Okay, that takes some fucking cake. I'm broken.
But, like, that's great, but is Canadian maple syrup different? I've never seen golden maple syrup. It's always brown.
I can show you if you want.
Mr. Monaco said it was likely the thieves used their own tractor to load the goods into a truck. If they have plans to sell the produce, why would he call it produce? Whatever. Sell the produce, they will have to remove each bottle's Costco's Kirkland signature brand label. You can't just sell this stuff at a flea market, he told the Star. Although the crime may be rare, the shipment of maple syrup is not. The province provides almost 3/4 of the world's maple syrup output. In 2012, thieves made off with millions of dollars worth of syrup from another warehouse near Montreal. Fuck. Millions of dollars? Oh my gosh. That has to be so much syrup.
What if they just hate maple syrup and then they're dumping it into the ocean?
Fuck
Or
you guys.
they're Canadian, so they're probably like, they can't have it, eh? This is ours. We worked hard for this syrup.
Fucking hate, right?
Sorry.
Sorry, but the Americans, they don't understand. Alright, that's, I don't know, I just fascinated by...
That was golden?
It was Golden Goo.
Oh my.
Sounds like a thick shower.
This is fucking juvenile as shit.
Thick shower. You guys want to get into the Craigslist?
Sure, I'll go first.
How... I've only read half of the one you gave me.
Oh god,
but,
you gotta fucking read it out loud.
Well, I'm gonna read it out loud, but I just, like, how did you come across this? Like, what were you looking for?
I went to Craigslist and went to the best of section, and that's where all the dank shit is. So, I'll start it off with a short one here. Can I flush your head in a toilet while blasting Hall & Oates? Meant for women. I want to flush your head repeatedly in the toilet while making love to your behind.
Oh, God.
Hall & Oates will be playing at top volume. At some point, Highway to the Danger Zone will be played for sure.
Yes.
My house smells amazing and my penis is not sick or deformed. Don't act like you haven't thought about this exact scenario before. It's like he's like beckoning the crowd and it's all like, come on, somebody somewhere, right?
You know, like, it's funny, like, why did he throw in the part that it's not deformed or sick? Like, I don't think anybody would assume it was.
I mean...
Until he's like, don't worry, it's not.
Just
my
kinda,
first question would be like...
To the side a little bit, I can fuck you from around the corner, it's fine. No, I don't know, that shit, I'm a Hall & Oates fan, and I thought that was interesting. So, Highway to the Danger Zone, though.
That's hilarious. Oh, that's the best. Is that it for that one?
That is it for that one.
That's great.
That's so great.
It's golden.
All right, who's next? Aaron?
Okay, I'll read this one.
Alright.
This one's it's titled, Hey Geeks, insert your mail connector into my software.
Oh, God.
You geeks fuck better than jocks any day. So if your two external storage devices are signaling to your CPU that it's time to commence a data upload, consider inserting your mail connector into my software. Of course, the fit most likely won't be perfect at first, so you'll need to withdraw and reinsert hundreds, perhaps thousands of times
Oh my God.
until connectivity is achieved. My circuitry goes into an infinite loop, your motherboard overheats, my loudspeaker starts spewing out filthy garbage, your hard drive motor spins out of control, and all your hundreds of millions of ones and zeros start overflowing my data receptacle.
Oh,
I'm in
God.
the 1987 model year with parts made in Asia and North America. I
This guy
interface
is
well with models
committed.
from any continent as long as you perform regular maintenance on your equipment. Have a solid state chassis and pack lots of RAM. Send me some technical specs and Visio diagrams if you want to move this functional design document to full production mode.
Wow, that guy, like...
It was a chick, by the way.
Yeah, that was a chick.
Of
Oh.
course you would think it was a guy.
Yeah.
Well, because
just
usually...
He wants it to be a guy.
Well, I mean, usually it is a guy. But that was some commitment. Like, she did not break.
She didn't.
God. Okay. So this one is called Beat It with a Real Joe Bro.
J.O. bro.
Oh, J.O. Bro. That would make more sense. I'm a serious bro looking for a equally / more serious bro with fancy footwork. The idea is to tie our wrists together a la the Beat It video, and then each J.O. / knife fight in a profound spiritual act of consensual hetero awesomeness. I would have done this way sooner, but have little faith in humanity. Requirements: access to an abandoned warehouse. Old enough / built kinda awesome. Maintains good eye contact. General intensity. Cool moves. Shades. Leather
Shades.
jackets, parenthesis, I had to give the one in the pick back, long story. I can tell you when we finish, end parenthesis. Bedazzler, basic knowledge of knife/sword/bat fight etiquette. I can teach you what I know if you are pretty serious about art like me. Can lift 80 pounds. Bachelor's in something or equivalent experience. Not a narc. This is a ridiculous amount of requirements. Whereas dudes/J&O are both undeniably awesome, I'm a straight bro, as in not gay. I just really love MJ and being open-minded about new JO scenarios. We will basically play Beat It over and over again while we JO and dance, occasionally parrying/thrusting. Winner finishes the most times, but points will be awarded for finishing first/accuracy. If you're the heater bro I'm looking for, the header bro, okay, that makes more sense. Header bro I'm looking for, then we can JO furiously/competitively and just hang out or whatever. I've got laser tag too.
That's what fucking did it for me. Just like, fucking what? It's like, I don't know, Michael Jackson and laser tag? Bro, you know how to fucking show a dude a good time.
I'm pretty serious about this, as in completely serious. If you touch my junk with anything but your own, I will BF you in the M. But he's not gay. He makes that evidently clear. Nerds/gays need not apply. And then in all caps, I'm not gay. P.S. I've gotten with hot chicks as recently as just now. They told him, you don't ever come around here, don't want to see your face, you better disappear. The fire's in their eyes. The words are really clear. So beat it. Just beat it.
Oh
my God.
So much.
There's no way this is a real human being. Just like...
What kind of water cooler conversation would that be on Monday? It's like, yeah, you know, so fucking Jake, what did you do during the weekend? Oh, you know, just fucking hung out, had a couple beers, met some really cool dude bro and fucking J.O. while knife fighting. It was amazing. It's like, wait, what?
And then we played laser tag.
Right? I've read a couple of...
and, like, why not nerds? Like, nerds aren't good enough?
You can't be a nerdy enthusiast of Michael Jackson's music? That's fucking
guess.
bullshit. No,
So you guys are saying you're not down.
yeah, totally no. I mean,
Take that off, then.
Only if laser tag is involved.
In and around my mouth.
He says he's not gay, but he also threatens to butt fuck him in the mouth.
This is the thing about these ads. I've seen a couple of those they're like, hey, I'm just looking for somebody to come over and JO with me or whatever. And actually, there was one that was actually pretty funny that I almost had one of you guys read tonight. It was this like older guy who had like a fucking train set. He wanted some dude to come over and like jerk off on his fucking train set. And then the best part was like, he was all like, yeah, and after you're done, you can just like go into my freezer and take as much imitation crab meat as you want. Because I have a shit ton of it. It's like, what? And then, even in that ad, he's like, I'm not gay. Like every single one I've read it is like, I'm totally not gay. I just like, want to see you J.O. while I J.O.
On to my train set.
Great sesh.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
IGN.com.
Imitation crab.
Oh my god. When I read that, man, just like, okay, I gotta fucking share this.
That's
It's
hilarious.
pure gold. Golden Goo.
Imitation crab meat.
Why? It's just so dumb. It's so random. Like, and I know there are some really weird people out there, but there's just no way that Michael Jackson one is real.
Oh, I fucking believe it. Like, What, you ain't never thought about tying, another dude's wrist to your freaking wrist and, like, J.O.ing furiously while Michael Jackson's music plays?
You would have to be so close. You would have to be so close to do that. That's crazy.
While knife fighting and playing laser tag?
I assume knife fight was like a
euphemism?
Euphemism, yeah.
No,
No,
talking like switch
it
blades.
literally means like, God, no, why?
That's
If
fucking
you're knife
aggressive.
fighting, how are you JOing?
Well, you have two hands.
Yeah, they're tied together. How are you both JOing?
Well, I assumed it was like,
Really close. Basically,
I
docking.
can't show you a diagram right now because, you can't see it because it's audio, but yeah, I'm making, I don't know. You know what? That is kind of weird.
It's like docking.
Yeah, docking.
No,
That's the
no.
pressing issue here.
Please.
One thing I've always
let's
wondered
not.
about gay docking is that is there like a transfer of like information? Do you gain that person's knowledge? They just like hook up like USB flash drives. It's like I know everything now.
It's like a Vulcan mind meld.
Must explain why Aaron's so smart.
So how do you explain to me straight docking?
What? Just regular sex?
Well, you said gay docking.
You said gay docking.
It's like gay though.
Just fucking with you.
Only thing docking I know is when I plug my phone in at night and set it to. I don't know. Fuck, I was going somewhere with that. You just totally fucking ruined me.
It's not the first time you said that.
Oh. God damn it, Aaron.
Oh, that's hilarious. We burned through that shit real fast. Does anybody else have anything?
I got a lame story.
I'm
not that lame.
all ears for lame
Okay, well,
stories.
My grandparents went away for like a week to North Dakota, and it was like up to my mom and the rest of us to maintain my grandparents' property while they were gone. Well, my grandpa was a pretty creative dude. He was really good with his hands. Shut the fuck up, Aaron. Let me finish the story.
It's his grandpa.
I didn't say anything.
He just went.
Oh.
Anyway, he built this like really fucking dank ass tool shed and just put it together from scratch and everything. The only thing it didn't have was like insulation and stuff, but like he put all the beams up and everything. It's fucking really nice. And he would always keep a spare set of keys on the inside of this tool shed, and it was, I don't know, some day after school. I don't quite remember because I had been using herbal supplements again, and I was with a buddy of mine.
Herbalife.
Oh, puns. Anyway, getting back to the nature at hand, I was with a buddy of mine. We were consuming some things, and I don't know, it was after a couple hours, and he's like, dude, man, I gotta fucking take a shit so bad. And I was like, alright, man, Aaron, let me just open up the house for you. And went to go and look in the spot where my grandpa kept the spare set of keys to the house, and they were gone. And so I was like, sorry, dude, they are, they're not there. And he's like, well, I gotta take a fucking shit, man. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna take a shit behind the tool shed. And I'm like, don't fucking do that, because it's like, if they see it, it's like, you're gonna fucking clean that up? And he's like, fuck no, it's shit. I'm not gonna fucking clean it up. And so he's like, you got a better idea? And I was like, I fucking sat there in my fucking, dazed, confused brilliance. I was like, we'll dig a hole. And I come out and I fucking, pull out a shovel and stuff. And without even thinking, like, I start digging. And I'm fucking digging this hole here. And he's standing there. He's just fucking got this fucking shit-eating grin on his face. And he's just fucking smiling and shit. And then I fucking realize, I'm like, I'm fucking digging a fucking hole for my buddy to take a shit in. See, that's the kind of homie I am. Yeah. I will fucking dig a hole for you if you need to take a shit. I will do anything for my homies. Except JO knife fight. Unless laser tag is
tag.
involved. Then it's...
I love how he kept...
It's up for debate.
Yeah, there you go.
I love how he kept it clean by calling it J.O. the whole time.
That's the slang term for it. But anyway, yeah, I finally was like, okay, here, you fucking finish it. And he's all like, oh, no, it's good enough. And then he fucking squatted and fucking did this. And he was like, dude, you gotta come here and check this out, man. I'm like, I don't want to look at your shit, man. And he's all like, no, dude, you gotta fucking see this shit. I'm like, no, fuck you. And he's like, no, it looks like fucking rabbit pellets, bro. I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking see it. And he's all like, I'm not covering this up until you fucking look at it. And I lost my taste for fucking milk duds for a while after that. Because that's all I thought about. But yeah, that's the story of the shithole digging.
Well, I mean... How did he wipe?
I don't quite remember.
Grass?
I don't know. Well, actually,
Oh,
my
God, that'd be
grandpa...
terrible.
You know what probably happened? My grandpa had these, like, really huge fucking hedges that had some, like, really big leaves. I'm pretty sure he just grabbed a couple.
Probably. It's like wiping
Either
peanut
that
butter
or
out
he
of
just
a shag
fucking...
carpet.
Or he just fucking went with it all day. His ass was fucking itchy as fuck. I'll probably have to ask... Yeah, I'll probably have to ask him. He'll be like,
That
yeah,
is-
you remember that one time I fucking totally dug that shithole for you so you could take a dump? Did you wipe your butt with leaves or did you just let it go? And he's like... He'd probably be like, oh, dude, I don't fucking remember. It was too long ago.
Probably didn't
funny.
remember the next day.
Right?
That reminds me of that episode of South Park where Randy takes the on record the world's biggest dump.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's funny because like only dudes would be like, "Oh, look at this shit I just dug." You would never hear a girl say that.
Actually,
Oh my God, Becky!
Oh my god, Rebecca, get over here! I just
Actually,
took the
there was a
massive
girl
dump
in high school
ever!
who took a massive shit. Right, this thing was like the size of a baby's arm.
Was it like fucking just like a fucking horse just fucking let it loose?
She took a picture of it and sent it to everyone.
Oh my
Oh God!
She was pretty proud of it.
Wow, that's hilarious. It's so gross, but it's funny. Okay, I got another story here.
Oh my.
It's another Canadian story. It's from the Toronto Sun. Sarnia, Ontario. Put up a wall. Americans are sneaking across our border. Actually, blame high winds for about 1,500 Americans who washed up on a Canadian shoreline in southwestern Ontario illegally Sunday. The sudden gusts blew them across the St. Clair River on rafts from Port Huron, Michigan, where they were taking part in a fun float event. The annual Port Huron float down is unsanctioned by U.S. and Canadian authorities, and there have been efforts to put an end to it over the years, but each year is more popular than the last. Regular boat traffic is restricted to allow thousands of participants to drift down the St. Clair on tubes. Mats...
It's like an event.
Mats
all like,
and other
it's gonna be in the
flotation
Olympics in the
devices.
next one. You watch. It's all like, you know.
They have the right to do that, and we have little mechanism to stop it, said Mike Brown of the Canadian Coast Guard. Oh shit, Canadian Coast Guard got involved. Which is weird, because...
Can moose swim?
It's like, hey, look out over there. I can't get down off my horse to stop it, but...
I'm too slowed down and on diabetic medication from all this fucking maple syrup.
All this golden goo.
Dozens of police and emergency officials in Sarnia, Ontario, including RCMP, oh shit, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They were on horses.
Mounted
police. So who's mounting them?
They're the ones doing the mounting. And Canadian Coast Guard water units, and even employees in a nearby chemical plant, spent several hours Sunday rescuing participants who became stranded on the Canadian side of the river. Sarnia Transit buses shuttled the misguided Americans to U.S. Customs and back across the border. They tried. It got crazy out there, but it worked out. Sarnia police tweeted late Sunday afternoon as the final floaters were accounted for and taken home.
Just bury them in Kurt's backyard.
That is hilarious. Like,
Preferably not
What a
covered up
magic-
until somebody looks at it.
what a magical place, Sarnia. It's so close. They should have just called it Narnia. It's like, Narnia, it's Canada, eh? That's hilarious.
Guardian Leviosa.
Are you allowed to talk about those? You
No.
want it? No?
No.
Okay, it's supposed to be a secret?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. There's a secret.
It's a chamber.
Uh-oh, here's a good one. Let me get this
Oh my.
right here.
Where the fuck are you finding these?
Right now they're all on the Toronto Sun website.
Peerless professionalism.
Although
hands of Brad Rosen.
this one's on the
All
Toronto
about
Sun,
Canada.
but it's on the Toronto Sun, but it's about a couple in Britain.
What's your fascination with Canada, bro?
Gay marriage.
I love it
Yeah.
so much. Well, we have that here now.
It's all the fucking trees.
Barely.
Just fucking
It's
jealous.
all the maple syrup. It's all that golden goo. Couples love started from for a good time call number on a bathroom stall.
Oh, God. Was it 867-5309?
Oh, that would be hilarious. A
If
British trucker apparently found his true love by texting a number on a bathroom wall promising a good shag. It's not a story Mark Ellis, 51, and Donna Roberts tend to tell family, but it worked out. Ellis said the message scratched into a bathroom stall of his local pub read, "If you want a good shag, call Donna," then the phone number.
Yeah, and then he calls and he just finds out his fucking shag carpet. He's like, fuck!
That would be hilarious. When he texted, "Hi, what are you up to?" he only intended it as a joke. He told the UK Sun, "I was curious to know if it was a real human being. We still laugh about it." But Roberts wrote back, wondering who the joker was, and they got to talking. Days later, they met. They now have 2 kids together, 8 and 9 years old. "I should thank my ex. He did me a favor," Roberts said of the spiteful bathroom message that led to love. Like, I see that sometimes, and I'm like, who would ever call? But apparently
It's
this
like, you
fucking
remember
guy-
when you found my number on that cum-stained bathroom floor? Or salary stall? That was so romantic.
But can you imagine, like, freaking people can't even get dates on Tinder or anything, and these people meet
Fucking
in a
guilty.
bathroom. These people meet because he found a number in a bathroom. Like, I can't believe he actually attempted, and he got a response. That's hilarious.
Takes some serious cojones.
It's out of desperation.
Or pure sheer genius.
Okay, here we go. This one's gonna be intriguing. Oregon man finds portable toilet filled with pot.
Nice!
Rogue River, Oregon. Police in the southern Oregon community of Rogue River. That's an awesome name. Fuck, I would live there. Could you imagine just being a cop? Yeah, I'm a cop in Rogue River. Say a man walking through a park discovered a portable toilet filled with marijuana plants. The agency posted a photo on social media Wednesday, saying it's the largest seizure of pot the department has ever made. Marijuana grows are common in southern Oregon, which has some of the nation's best conditions for outdoor cultivation.
Yes, it does.
Chief Ken Lewis said Thursday that police still don't know how the pot got there. He says it could be anything from a pickup point to a disgruntled citizen making a statement about all the marijuana grows.
Or he's
Like,
just trying to,
how
use
fucking-
it as a way to say, this is some good shit.
But, like, if that were the case, how, like, this is a shitload of pot. Like, how on...
You're gonna have to, post the photo and the video or whatever.
Oh,
when you
yeah. I
upload
should
it,
totally.
yeah.
But, like, who would... Why? Like, he's like, grow all this marijuana, and now I'm just gonna leave it in the toilet.
Like his life.
Lewis said a public works employee checked the toilet 3 hours before the discovery was made, and it was empty. People playing tennis on a nearby court saw nothing suspicious. Huh.
I'm sorry, but I have questions about the people playing tennis. How is that not fucking suspicious?
They were on a court.
Awkward
Yeah, awkward
pause.
silence. Golden Goo.
Followed by complete destruction of said episode. It's like, this is the worst shit ever, and totally fucking unsubscribing. And then I'm gonna go over to Kurt's fucking, whatever, fucking Kurtz channel, fucking subscribe, and then unsubscribe.
And then unsubscribe.
Yeah.
After spamming a lot of it.
Right.
He's just gonna post a bunch of racist comments.
It's like, you know what, I was so expecting fucking knife fighting, fucking mutual JOing, and I was like sorely disappointed. You owe me 0.2 cents.
You know what the end song's gonna be now?
What?
Beat it.
Yeah, preferably in MIDI format, so so you don't get a content ID. They're real sticklers about that.
True.
I don't know. I haven't gotten in trouble yet with any of the songs I put at the end.
That's probably only because you're
It's
using a
'cause-
small snippet.
Maybe also because we only have like 30 people who listen, or 30.
No, there's
30
a content ID system that
views.
like automatically like will detect if there's copyrighted material in your shit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Huh. I had no idea.
Get with the times.
Yeah. It's funny how little I know about the shit that I do.
Life.
Right?
Anything else?
I ain't got shit.
I kind of want to know what these other stories were. But you said they're not very good, so.
Not really. I mean, there was
Well,
Jacob and I got into a pillow fight once, and
Okay.
I kind of hit him pretty hard in the head and knocked him out.
Nice.
all right. Well, we gotta at least fill this episode out. So you know what? I'm gonna bust out the big guns. I'm gonna tell you the tale of the butt crack peanut.
I'm listening
Right.
intently.
So this harkens back to my grandfather, and Aaron. He's so invested right now. He's all curled up in a blanket, and he's all like, "Ooh, story time." And
Even though his arms are under the blanket, I can totally tell that he's sitting with both hands underneath his chin, or his elbows on his knees.
yeah, the anticipation is fucking just growing. I can feel it. It's fucking.
We tell the
tense.
fucking story.
Okay, so if you haven't figured out already, I used to be quite the stoner in my youth, and it was just one day I was with my sister, and
Nards.
smoked a whole bunch of pot, just fucking A, just blazing, and we. Can I finish the story? Can I finish?
I don't know.
Can I
Anticipation,
finish?
it's already kind of...
Oh, okay. Well,
Fizzle.
fuck you then. Okay, fine. The story's over. Okay.
Aw, but crack peanut, come on.
Okay. Outside, having a cigarette, whatever, BS bullshitting. And, so the stage has been set pretty much now. Well, my grandpa was kind of quirky in some of the things he did. At one point, he was able to train a squirrel
Oh shit.
to take peanuts out of his hands. No, like, it would come all the way up to him, and it would fucking just come up
That's
real
awesome.
Yeah, and he would be able to feed it. Like, I was like, how'd you fucking do that shit? And it's just patience and a lot of time. And he had that squirrel for, like, fucking ever. And after a while, it just stopped coming around. Maybe died of old age. I don't know, maybe got some fucking girlfriend, whatever.
Squirrel friend.
Yep. Squirrel just trying to get a nut. Anyway. Got him. And for a while, you know, he just didn't have, you know, an animal that would do that. And he was able to train a blue jay to pretty much do the same thing, which blew my fucking mind because when I was a kid, he fucking hated blue jays. My aunt lived, like, up the street from where he was at, and she had like just blue jays everywhere in her backyard, and they were just like fucking
Blue?
scaring. Well, I mean blue and fucking assholes. Have you ever heard a fucking blue jay squawk? It's fucking annoying. It's like the most loud, obnoxious fucking white girl who's wasted at the party, basically, of birds.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean the target?
So you mean Darm?
And what he used to do is he used to take peanuts and he used to put them on like rat traps, and he would just fucking get them. And I used to watch him do this shit when I was a kid. I don't know, must have been like 7, 8 years old. And I remember one time in particular, it just fucking grossed me the fuck out. He set the trap up, the blue jay came, it smacked him in the head, but it didn't quite get him. And he was like flapping around on the ground and stuff. And my grandpa fucking goes over there and like squishes its head, and you could fucking hear the skull crunch under his foot, and then he kicks it, and it flies up and hits me in the chest, and I'm like freaking the fuck out. So like for the longest time, man, I was just like really fucking weirded out by that shit. Still haunts me to this day, even right now as we speak. And he trained a blue jay to do the same fucking thing. Well, me being all stoned and shit, one day, this blue jay comes into the yard. And I was like, hold on, I'm gonna go get some peanuts and stuff. And so I gave him a couple, and I was all like, inspiration hit. I was like, alright, I'm gonna do this. So I dropped trowel, put a peanut in my butt cheeks, and the bird was up in the tree. He came swooping down and fucking just like got it perfectly out of my butt cheek like a bird of prey picking up a fucking rat off the ground and shit, and fucking flew away off into the sunset. It was the best fucking moment I had ever experienced up until that point.
That was amazing. Is that why your hair's blue now?
Right. It's for that lowly blue jay that I got, my butt residue on the peanut.
Ew.
It was a bit nutty in flavor. So that is the tale of the butt crack peanut.
That was an amazing story.
Butt crack peanut. That's hilarious.
I'm glad it is now documented.
It is documented for the world and your tens of subscribers to fucking listen to.
7.
Actually, it's 9.
Oh, okay.
9.
9! When the bird flew off, was this the song that was playing?
You better cut that off before you get a fucking content ID.
You're right. For those of you who didn't catch that, that was Highway to the Danger Zone.
Probably is pretty dangerous down there.
Right.
Brown crack jack.
It's not a blue jay anymore, it's a brown jay.
It was a nutty buddy.
How, I would never in a million years think of that, because I'd be so worried, this bird's just going to fly straight up my ball.
What? See, there's a difference between you and me. I
Would like
don't give a single solitary fuck shut up, Aaron. And you are too afraid of awesomeness. Because that was by far the most awesomest thing that
No regrets.
no regrets.
Hashtag no regrets. No regrets. Oh.
So yeah,
Stu Pickles
you
died
can't
the other
unhear
day.
that. It's like, oh, Kurt, it's the guy who put a fucking peanut in his ass crack and fucking had a blue jay fly down like a bird of prey to fucking eat it. Yeah. And the thing is, though, is that, he never fucking would eat them. I've seen him, get them and then collect them and, bury them in the dirt. And blue jays are so fucking dumb, and they're not gonna fucking remember where they buried that shit.
Mm-mm. Well, how would they eat a peanut, though? I know that their beaks are, tough and everything, but wouldn't they choke on it? They usually eat insects, which have a softer...
I don't know, did this stop you?
No.
They would choke on those nuts.
They would have teeth.
Moving on!
I wish I could.
Awkward silence.
That's all I got for that story, though.
That's funny. Like, and you're right, well, A, it would never occur to me, and B, even if somebody else suggested it, I never would. I'd be like, you fucking do it. Like,
Okay.
you have... Although, to be fair, birds creep me the hell out. They're so dirty.
Dirty bird.
They're like flying rats, basically. Especially
Cesspools
pigeons.
of bacteria. They basically swim in toilets. Have you seen a bird bath?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna gather a bunch of birds and release them into his apartment.
Oh,
Right,
God.
John Woo style.
Don't
But we gotta
do
do
that.
it in slow motion.
John Woo
Yeah.
style.
Out with, like,
Uh,
Nerf laser tag guns.
And you're gonna paint them
While
all...
playing Beat It.
You're gonna paint them all white with, I guess you could get doves. And
Yeah.
put a bunch of little red wigs on them, so they're fucking clown birds. Oh my God, that would be the most terrifying thing ever.
He hates clowns so much.
Oh, man. For real, though?
Yes, they're the worst.
Have you told that clown story
Which one?
about the
Ugh.
one with your friend or whatever?
Oh, no. Should I tell it now?
Yeah,
Okay.
that could be our
Um,
last one.
Yeah. Alright, so this will be what we go out on. So, Halloween a couple years ago, the town, it was like, I think the year after, maybe 2 years after I had moved to Oklahoma, and the town in Oklahoma I moved to, there's an Air Force base on, and that was the first time I'd ever been on the Air Force base, because I couldn't go, because nobody in my family was in the Air Force or anything, but if, like, your friend or whatever, their parents or whoever was in the Air Force brought you on, they could sign you in. So we all went trick-or-treating that year, and there's this... We go, like, right when it's getting dark, and not too far away from his house, this fucking dude just comes out of his garage, and he's dressed up like a clown, and he's got this really fucking creepy, decayed clown face mask, and he's just, like, walking. He has a giant sledgehammer that he's dragging on the ground, and you can hear it. And so we all fucking, like, run the fuck away, and we got away from him, and then, like, we see him again later in the night, and, you know, in true horror movie dumbass fashion, we all split up, and we saw him again later, and, one of our friends, like, we eventually all found each other later that night, except for one girl.
Did you,
And-
like, find each other, like, metaphorically?
Like Nirvana?
Yes. But no, we all, like, met back at his house or around his house or whatever. But, except for one girl. And, like, I know it's fucked up to say, but I really wish that the end of that story was, and we never saw her again. But
She died of a rotted vagina. Finn.
Ew.
But-
This isn't Pink Flamingos.
But she was back at school the next school day, because I think that was like a Friday or something. So, but yeah, that was. And what's funny is, like, I guess because I knew it was just a dude, trying to mess with kids and stuff, it didn't really bug me that much. But, like, if it was like, I'd have been more scared if he was really just dressed up like a regular clown. Like, if his face was painted instead of wearing that mask, I'd have been more scared.
Like a Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry, Pennywise style.
Oh, yes. What if it was like Pennywise mixed with Frankenfurter? he was like top Pennywise, but then he was wearing the fucking...
Your favorite part? The fishnets?
Yeah, the fishnets. I couldn't remember what they were called. That would be
You know, the
hilarious.
fucking holy thingies you put on your legs,
Yeah.
and they,
Catch fish.
and they, provide good breeze to the skin, and
They keep the
it gives
fish
me
caught.
special feelings in my pants and make them tight to wear.
All right, I think that's good. I think that's a good place to end. So thanks for coming on, man. It was fun.
Hey, it was my displeasure.
So that's it for this week for the Morose Project. I'm Brad Rosen.
I'm Aaron Moore.
And, Kurt. all that jazz. See, I think the freshness was purveyed today.
And remember, kids, fat guys try harder.
Oh, they do?
Don't you